Welcome back to Peak Physique, the channel where we don't just talk about building muscle. We show you how to unlock the kind of physique that commands attention the moment you walk into a room. Today, I've got something that every guy secretly wants and every woman notices immediately. Bigger, fuller, sleeve-stretching biceps. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever looked in the mirror, flexed your arms, and thought, why don't my biceps pop the way I want them to? Or maybe you've been grinding out curls in the gym for months, but when you put on a t-shirt, your arms just don't have that huge, sculpted look you see on fitness models and athletes. Well, here's the truth. Most people completely overcomplicate arm training. They waste time on fancy movements or they do 20 different variations of curls that don't actually give them growth. But if you want big, thick, head-turning arms, you don't need 20 exercises. You don't even need 10. You need just 3 killer bicep moves done the right way. And when you stick with these, your arms will start to look huge in any shirt you wear. Whether it's a slim fit tee, a dress shirt, or even just a hoodie. Before I reveal the 3 exercises, let me hit you with a few important hooks, because I know some of you are about to skip ahead. Trust me, don't do that. Stick around because I'm going to reveal the single biggest mistake 90% of lifters make when training biceps. If you're making this mistake, your arms will stay the same size no matter how hard you train. I'll share a secret tip at the end that instantly makes your biceps look bigger, yes, even without building new muscle. This trick can make your arms pop in photos or when you roll up your sleeves. If you've ever struggled with stubborn, skinny arms, I'll explain how to break through plateaus and actually see your sleeves start to stretch within weeks. I'll give you the science behind why these 3 moves are enough, and why doing too much is actually killing your gains. And finally, I'll share a shocking truth. One of these 3 exercises has been labeled the king of bicep builders for decades, but when you do it with the wrong form, you're not even training your biceps, you're just wasting time. So, let's dive in. Here's the thing. Whether you're trying to impress at the beach, fill out a shirt, or just feel more confident in your body, your arms play a massive role. Think about it. When people look at someone's physique, they notice 2 things right away, your chest and your arms. Big arms signal strength, masculinity, and power. But here's what most don't realize. Your biceps aren't actually that big compared to your triceps. The triceps make up about 2/3 of your arm size. But that doesn't mean you should neglect your biceps. Why? Because biceps give your arms that peak, that round, bulging look that screams, this guy lifts. And if you want arms that look huge in any shirt, you need exercises that target not just the bicep peak, but also the thickness, the width, and the overall shape. That's where our 3 killer exercises come in. Exercise 1. The classic barbell curl, the foundation of big arms. Let's start with the barbell curl. I know, you've probably done it before. It's the most famous bicep exercise in the world. But let me tell you something. Most people are doing it wrong. They load up the bar, swing their whole body, and wonder why their arms aren't growing. When done properly, the barbell curl is hands down the most effective mass builder for your biceps. Picture this. You're standing tall, barbell in hand, elbows tucked in, and you curl the weight with strict control. No swinging, no momentum. At the top, you squeeze your biceps until they feel like they're about to explode. That tension, that's what builds massive arms. Here's why it works so well. The barbell curl allows you to lift heavy weight, which triggers muscle growth. It also keeps both arms working together, creating maximum overload. And overload is the golden key to growth. You can't expect your arms to get bigger if you're curling the same 15 pounds week after week. With the barbell curl, you can progressively overload like no other bicep exercise. But here's the kicker. You need to stop ego lifting. Don't cheat the representative just to move more weight. Instead, go heavy enough that you're challenged, but still able to perform with perfect form. And here's a secret tip. Try using a slightly narrower grip. Why? Because it forces your biceps to work harder and creates more peak activation. Most guys grab the bar too wide, which brings the shoulders into play. Keep it shoulder width or narrower, and you'll feel the difference instantly. Exercise 2. The Incline Dumbbell Curl. The secret to peak biceps. Now, if the barbell curl builds the foundation, the incline dumbbell curl is what creates that mountain peak. This move stretches your biceps like no other. When you sit on an incline bench and let your arms hang behind your torso, you put the biceps in a stretched position. And guess what? Muscles grow best when they're trained in their lengthened position. Here's what makes this exercise a killer. When your arms are behind your body, your shoulders can't take over. That means the biceps do all the work. Plus, because you're using dumbbells, each arm works independently. That helps fix muscle imbalances, so one arm doesn't lag behind the other. Now imagine this. You're sitting on the bench, weights in hand, curling slowly, feeling that deep stretch at the bottom and the insane squeeze at the top. Your arms pump up so hard it feels like your sleeves might rip. That's the kind of growth stimulus you just don't get from basic standing curls. Here's a pro tip. Don't rush these. Slow down. Take 3-4 seconds on the way down, pause at the bottom for a second, and then explode up with control. That time under tension is where the magic happens. Exercise 3. Hammer curls, the thickness builder. Okay, so we've built the foundation and the peak. Now we need thickness, the kind of arm that looks powerful from every angle. And for that, nothing beats the hammer curl. Most people think hammer curls are just a variation, but let me tell you, they target a muscle called the brachialis, which lies underneath your biceps. When you grow the brachialis, it pushes your biceps up, making them look bigger, fuller, and rounder. Plus, hammer curls also hit your forearms, which means your arms look huge not just at the top, but all the way down. Picture gripping a dumbbell like you're holding a hammer, palms facing each other, and curling with strict form. The pump you get is unreal. And here's the crazy part. Guys who only focus on standard curls miss out on this muscle, and that's why their arms never look as thick as they could. Here's a tip. Try cross-body hammer curls, where you curl the dumbbell across your chest instead of straight up. This variation hammers the brachialis even harder and gives your arms that packed with muscle look. Why only 3 exercises? Now you might be thinking, that's it? Just 3 moves? Yes. And here's why. Most people make the mistake of overtraining their biceps with 8, 10, even 15 different exercises. But the truth is, your biceps are a small muscle group. They don't need endless variations. They need consistency, overload, and focus. By mastering just these 3 exercises, the barbell curl, the incline dumbbell curl, and the hammer curl, you're hitting your biceps from every angle. You're building mass, peak, and thickness. That's the full package. The big mistake holding back your biceps. Remember that hook I mentioned earlier, the biggest mistake most people make? Here it is. They treat biceps like a show muscle, not a grow muscle. They rush through reps, swing the weights, and chase the pump without focusing on form. But here's the truth. Biceps respond to tension and progressive overload. If you're not controlling the weight and constantly challenging your muscles with heavier loads or more time under tension, they won't grow. Period. The instant bigger bicep trick. And now for the quick trick I promised that instantly makes your biceps look bigger. Ready? It's training your brachialis and forearms. By building up the muscles around your biceps, you push the biceps up and out, making them look larger. That's why hammer curls are a game changer. But here's another sneaky tip. Before going out, do 2-3 sets of push-ups or curls with light weight. This gives you a temporary pump that makes your arms look significantly bigger for a few hours. Perfect for a night out, photos, or even just giving yourself that confidence boost. At the end of the day, growing big arms isn't about doing every exercise under the sun. It's about mastering the basics, pushing yourself consistently, and sticking with a plan. These 3 killer exercises will transform your arms if you stay disciplined. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep building your peak physique.